Hi, Christian here for ProjectRadioAndLifestyle.com. In today's video, I want to talk to you about how to plan your day. So, how to plan your day. This is something I've been doing for a while now, and ever since I started using these simple techniques, I've seen my productivity go up massively. The first thing I do in the morning is plan my day. And some people like to plan their day the day before. I prefer to do it in the morning. And after I wake up, I read for about 20 minutes and then I plan my day. And this makes sure that I am in control of my day and nobody else is controlling it for me. So no email, no Facebook, no YouTube, no browsing the internet, but first planning out your day. The most important thing about planning out your day is knowing what your goals are. Where do you want to be in a month? Where do you want to be in a year? And by knowing your goals, you know what you want to work towards to. You have a bigger picture in your head. Make sure you set goals in every aspect of your life. So don't just have business goals or work goals. Make sure you have personal goals. If you want to travel somewhere in a year, write this down on your goals. If you want to have a better physique, write down health goals. But make sure you set goals in every aspect of your life. I used to write everything down, but I've started using Evernote lately so I can actually carry my goals and my to-do list with me. The first step in the process is writing down your monthly goals. So I write down the monthly goals that I want to make progress towards that day. So if it's a working day, I write down my business goals, but I might also write down my fitness goals or some health goals. If it's a non-working day, I might just write down my personal goals and some relationship goals. But I make sure that I write down goals every morning. And by writing down these goals, these monthly goals, every morning, I focus on them. And it's been easier to actually achieve them. After I write down my monthly goals, I write down the why below the goals. And this is something I learned from Tony Robbins, from his RPM method. It's a bit of a variation on it, but by writing down your why do you actually want to achieve that goal? Why do you want to make progress towards that goal? It's been easier to achieve them, but it's also much easier to actually stay motivated. So don't only just write down your monthly goals, but also write down why you want to achieve those monthly goals, why you want to get closer to them. And you will see that it's much easier to complete your task during the day and to make progress towards those goals. The second step in the process is listing all the steps you want to take to reach your goals. So you've written down all your monthly goals in the areas that you want to make progress towards to, and below these goals you list all the steps that you want to take that day to bring you closer to the goal. And this is probably going to generate a big list of tasks that you want to complete, and you probably won't be able to finish all of those tasks. And this is where I found that Evernote came in handy, because I can just copy some tasks from the day before that I haven't finished onto today, if they're important and if they're still relevant. By doing this, and this is actually something that I've learned from David Allen in his book Getting Things Done, you get your head free of all the things you're thinking of. So you're thinking of all the steps you have to take that day to bring you closer to the goal, and by writing it down, you get it out of your head and you have it on paper. So again, have your goals with a big list or a list that is relevant of tasks that you want to complete that day to bring you closer to your goal. So the third step in the process, after I've written down my goals and I've created a list of tasks that I want to do to bring me closer to my goals, is that I'm using the 20-80 rule to see what tasks are most important on the list. So there's always going to be one or two tasks that are more important than all the others on your list and that are going to bring you closest to your goal and going to have the most amount of impact. And what I do is I highlight these tasks on my list and I make sure that I absolutely get those tasks done. So something I usually do is highlight up to 3 tasks that I actually want to get done and I want to get achieved that day to bring me closer to my goal. And I do this for all the different goals I set. So maximum of 3 tasks that I want to get completed that day. After I've generated that list and I have my biggest priorities on the list, I pick out the one that will make the biggest impact that day and I start on that job straight away. So for today, I've created a list of tasks, and my biggest and most important thing on the list was creating this video. So I took massive action upon that and I started creating this video after I planned out my day. After completing this most important task of the day, I open my email and see if anything needs to be added to the list. but I will have already made the biggest progress towards my goal that I could make by completing the biggest task. So I am proactive instead of becoming reactive. So this is the simple 3-step process that I use every day to plan my day. And by using this process, which has taken me 10 to 15 minutes, I know that my day has optimal productivity and is as effective as it can be. And I would advise you to start using techniques like this, because you will see how much easier it is to reach your goals and how much easier it is to keep your head clear on working on the tasks that you're working on. Before I close this video, I want to share a couple of tips, things that I'm using throughout the day to keep my productivity as high as it can be. And the first thing is make sure you focus. Focus on one thing at a time and finish that job. Don't multitask. Multitasking is costing more time than it is saving. Focus on one thing, finish it. This will keep your productivity high. The second one is make sure you do things in batches. And by this I mean is don't open your email constantly and answer an email when it comes in. Set aside a bit of time, half an hour for example, to answer multiple emails at the same time. The same goes for social media. Don't constantly browse on social media. If you want to do a couple of posts, make sure you plan that. There's organizing tools for that. Don't open it constantly and spend a lot of time on it. The third one is use the 2-minute rule. And this is something I've learned from David Allen as well in his book, Getting Things Done. If something comes up which is taking you less than 2 minutes, then do it straight away. If you're not doing this straight away, it will keep in the back of your head and you're constantly thinking, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And because of thinking about this, you're not being as productive as you could be. Number 4 is block time in your calendar. So if you know some certain things are going to come up, you want to go to the gym, then block a bit of time in your calendar to go to the gym. And this will make sure that you actually do it and you're more productive. The last thing is take a break. Don't spend 8 hours on the same thing, but make sure you set a bit of time to stretch your legs, go for a bit of a walk, have 5 minutes of rest, and then go back into the job. You can't focus constantly, so make sure you take a break and relax. So this is how I plan my day, and a couple of tips on how I stay productive throughout the day. I hope they are of use to you. If they are, if you like the video, share it, like it, comment on it, and subscribe to my channel. I will bring new content out soon, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.